We bought a pig and a poke today, thinking it might be good. And it's not all bad, but I've been watching this on Marketplace for a pretty good while. It's a JVC KD-A2 stereo cassette deck. And it's pretty neat because it doesn't have a door like a conventional tape deck has. Saw in the video or the pictures where the guy had it listed on Marketplace that at one time it was working, and so I've got it hooked up to this Harman Kardon 430 right here just to see what it'll do. And of course when you power it up, the VU meters do light up. That's a good sign. One good sign. This little door flips down and put the tape in, and when we hit play,
By the way, if this sounds crazy, even though it sounds kind of normal right now, this is the test tape that we're using. The Benedict monks of Santo Domingo de Silos. It's just like monk music, or like, what do you even call this stuff? Like chants?
I guess.
Yeah. Either way, that's the test. I guess that's the official tape tester.
So if we try to fast forward, it don't. And try to rewind, it don't. So I'm thinking it just needs cleaning, lubing, possibly new belts. And I honestly think this thing will come back around. Now that being said, we give $40 for it. And so we really don't need to spend much money on it, but still, it's got the cool factor. It's got these big VU meters that we like. Yeah, so it's got the big VU meters that we really like, that light up. Will look cool when it's not under this brighter light.
Do the tape door again.
We don't have an actual tape door, so there's been a time or two I've reached and you know, most of them you hit stop and then hit it again to eject it. Well, this one right here doesn't have a door.
It just does that, which is weird.
I think it's pretty neat because it's unusual.
Oh, there it sounded. That doesn't sound terrible.
I have used the balance left and right, so we are getting audio out of both channels. It's just not the right speed, as you can see. It's just barely turning. But again, I think we can just clean it up really good inside. Either clean the belts or put new belts on it, you know. And I think we can bring this thing back around.
So yeah, it looks good, but it doesn't work, and that's not abnormal for us to buy cassette decks. Because there's one right here. Guess what? That doesn't work. Oh, yeah. There's one right there. Does that one work? No, that one the door doesn't open on.
I thought that was the one that only one channel was working.
Okay, maybe. Either way, there's one here where the door doesn't open on it.
This one we're not real sure about. I don't know if we even tested that one.
Oh, that one up there. We bought it. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
Yeah. This one is going to be a separate video. Actually, I think this one works, which is surprising, because, you know, we only paid...
That one we got to work on turntable.
Yeah. We only paid $4.80 for this, but the cassette works on it, which is very abnormal for us. This is just one of the many cassette tapes, or the cassette... What do you call these?
Cassette deck.
Cassette decks that we bought. I ain't even real sure why we bought it, because when it comes down to it, cassettes, they don't sound as good as anything else, right?
No, but they look
cool.
But they look cool in a rack system like this right here.
Yeah, like over here.
Yeah.
Actually, that JVC works, don't it?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, that one works. Yep.
You see what I'm saying?
What?
Ain't but one VU meter moving.
Well, it worked last time.
It did.
Okay, so take that back. This one doesn't work.
Oh no. Rewind works really good. Fast forward works really good.
That was one of the first pieces you bought when you was trying to rebuild your old setup too.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, and we do have another realistic right over there that's going to go in this rack. Because this rack will eventually be all realistic again. Hopefully.
Yeah, right now it's realistic. What's your equalizer?
It's a BSR equalizer.
Cassette deck JVC.
Yeah. And then right now there's a realistic CD player over there, but right now we're running a Sony CD player because there was one disc I was trying to play and that wouldn't play it, so I swapped them out. It played other discs but wouldn't play that one.
And this is his old cabinet that he bought in the 80s in high school.
Mm-hmm.
That was at one time all realistic, and now it's 90% not realistic. But that's because he sold all of his, stuff from back in the day.
Except the receiver.
Yeah, he kept the
receiver.
He kept the expensive part. That was an expensive piece in the 80s, and it's definitely expensive now, so at least he kept that. Anyways, that's what he picked up today. It halfway works, it halfway doesn't. We probably should have left it alone because we was on the way there and then the guy started talking about
it's probably going to need some work.
How it's probably going to need work and all that stuff. But in the listing, you said something about the VU meters being on or something showing that it's working.
Mm-hmm.
Which
it's in the listing.
Which that works. Well, it does work. It's just not firing in all 12 cylinders right now or something. I don't know.
Possibly put new belts. Definitely clean those belts, and if we need them, we'll put new ones on if we can source them, and try to get it back operating as it once did. This stuff was made back in the day when it could be serviced and keep it going, not like the throwaway stuff we have today.
Well, really, only the reason you was interested in it is because of that weird door system, right?
That's a whole lot of it, yes.
Which is weird, but it's cool looking. Anyways. That's what we picked it up today. It's pretty. Doesn't really work. So, with everything else we've picked up, it's kind of on par with everything else. Because it looks good, but doesn't work. So that's about it.